man, 2 hours of this. We're gonna get nothing done. We're gonna get like one ending probably. But we gotta make progress, man. We gotta make some sort of progress. Oh, I need to make the prog. Oh, my hotkeys are still broken. I don't know why. They just randomly break. Oops. And these back. And I need to tell this. Oh. Tell this to do this. Yuck. Need to resize it. Uh-oh. Fat clit. Rude. I think I'm immune to it now. It's been a while since you've scared me with it. I've lost the game capture. Oh, there it is. If we're on the moon, I'm gonna make a nifty buck. Can't wait. There we go. Harder than you think getting this game up. It's no Nancy Drew to get working, but it ain't no Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl's real easy. You just say appear on screen and it go I appear on screen. Whereas this game you go appear on screen and it go what? Oh, did I just start from the start? I think I just accidentally started a new game. Let me leave. Let me leave. No, how do I leave? I never actually left without like just quitting. There we go. Oh. No, progress is there. I almost saved that over. There we go. You gotta go to save and then you quit. Okay. Awkward. Did we get an ending? Wait, did we get an ending? Is that what's happening here? I skipped the intro as well. Did I not save it last night? Are you kidding? Pretty sure I did save. Submit to vote. Okay, it's
me, but mine. You're up.
I skipped through all this.
So that means
cool. Our 2 hours are going to be spent regaining
good.
progress.
Let's take care of.
You needn't worry.
I can't load from here. I loaded this save. My playtime's fucked. I did save though, because I remember seeing that number go to like 21. Let me just restart the game. See if that helps. Pretty sure you can look at the previous stream. Check like the end of it. Did I stream? Or did I save? Maybe I did. Pretty sure I did though. I guess the game just buggered it up. Well, on the bright side, most of the puzzles you can just, you can skip. We've lost progress. Because you can just go straight to the safe. So, this. What happened? It didn't save last time. We've lost this whole route.
Me? But it's mine. Fuck. You're up.
So that means which? Any object? Good.
Let's take care of you.
Oh, maybe I didn't save.
Right.
I'm going.
2,
What was this room?
1, 0. Chromat.
I can't skip through it all, so I just have to mash A. I guess this is my karma for making us play. For making us play another
Right.
Blood Bowl game.
But only. Why?
Silence, thought. You will not seduce me in this timeline either. Well, maybe. Oh yeah, pressurized exchange chamber. Okay, do one of you have the stream open and just give me the answer? Like, if you just go to the last stream, watch what the safe code was. Then we don't have to go through the whole puzzle.
There's a- I
and
think
then
it-
we know
hold
the
on.
solutions.
This
Just
air.
skip to the end of it.
What?
I'll be the peak.
I don't.
It.
This is peak gameplay right here. Should have done a speed run in this. Saving the frames.
Is.
We're about to do the PC room skip.
And look, see that?
It's much same as all the other room skips. We just put in the code. I don't have to press A here because we're going down an elevator.
We're up.
Oh, gold splits all the time.
This one's nope.
I got a good button mash pace going on here, so I don't want to stop during breaks. I'm going to keep up this pace. It's powerful. Here, Shannon will like it. Oh no, eh? Just getting some speedrun practice in for Dead Space tomorrow. Alright, so 1 hour, here we come. I don't think this game would be sub 1 hour. Maybe it would. Actually, it probably would. Do we know what the code is? I'm gonna check the stream just to see if I saved. Trying to find it. No problemo. No rush, Shannon, just everybody's waiting for you. Oh, Katie's here, and she's looking kinda sus. We've lost progress since yesterday's stream, so we're just gonna really quickly get it back. %. 5 hours. Jesus. How does it take them 5 hours? I guess they have to solve the puzzles every time? Surely it still wouldn't take you that long. Any % new game plus sub 2 hours. Oh, you know what it was? I couldn't save because I was in the Ally Betray, but I thought I saved before that. Because I left it at the choosing between whether we ally or betray, we weren't able to save. Oh, we need to go down the Dio route as well. Fuck. Oh, we did so much yesterday. Whatever, we're gonna go through the... I'll just do the Dio route in my own time. All endings, New Game Plus is sub 3 hours. I imagine New Game Plus is faster because you know, like, what the... Yeah, you know what the number combinations are, so you can just skip all the puzzle rooms. Did anything interesting happen in the Dio routes? Kay left. Kay abandoned everyone. That was one ending. The other ending was we got poisoned. So neither of those were really important endings, were they? I mean, I guess we know where the Excelivir is, so... That's a relevant one. Okay, I found... Man, it's really confusing here, because I have two... I have this chat, which is you guys, and then I have last night's chat. And every time I skip, it gives a bunch of stuff on the old chat. So I'm like, Jesus, what'd everybody go mental for? We did get the secret for this one. Whatever, we don't need to get the secret again. Okay, Star, Moon, Star. Here we go. Star, Moon, Star. Just found it. Good job, Shannon. Get ready on the next one. No, that wasn't more efficient. Come on. Where door? Door here? Door. There, door. What are you running about for? Get in. Come on. Go away then. Probably lets you fast forward the dialogue. I can't imagine it taking... I mean, maybe. That's madness that any percent is 5 hours.
How?
You'd have a... Those white...
I mean, it's what?
Yeah.
Oh, my thumb's
Just
gonna
like
get
the...
so cramped doing this.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Oh wait, I can't.
One of...
Never. I'm worried we need...
Let's go. This is obviously where a lot of the time is made up of. I wonder if it's just one guy that did the any percent and he got 5 hours. The next one, that's nice.
Took him at the I don't
The next one's the one we skipped half of anyway, I think. Because it's the white room.
Oh dear, he's going.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we gonna get stuck because we don't have the journal? Wait a minute, we might have to go through the DO route. Shit and penises. Because remember, Alice is gonna die in this timeline.
So
Right behind. He's in my...
penis shitties.
He's.
Yeah, now that yeah. Things.
Now we get to find out what's the key to the lock. Is it
Alice
the
was sick.
journal?
No, it was
or
not.
the fact that we
He's not-
found her
He's
in
healed.
another
They what
timeline?
figure. Not there was only. Well, okay, well.
You know that? Yeah, I think I know it. What?
Oh, we
there
get
was
this
a-
voice
Yeah.
as well.
There's a.
You guys want to compare this guy's voice to Zero's?
Is there? Why don't?
This is Benjamin. I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kind of like howling at the moon. Lone wolf style.
Okay, that's enough of that.
I wish you're so. Anyway, hey, you know, where? Well, Ohio. No, look, what? And old.
He said Ohio.
This is. This. Oh, what happened?
We need the journal. Did you look that up?
What?
Risky, Shannon.
No, all soon. Are you damn it, this is. We haven't. What the?
Yes. I don't. Do you know?
Yeah, it's
Mark. You mean some? What kind?
Did you? They ship, but they built the
Jesus
idea.
Christ.
Yeah.
What?
Don't know what we found. Dollars.
You mean?
Yeah.
It's all.
No,
Yes.
The intent was to create that.
My arm
What?
is getting
means
so
so
tired.
what?
That's
Now we all.
so.
Usually at this point I'd have come.
Yeah.
What? How can that be?
I'm just nobody. One of the test. Anyway.
And it.
Now, best the other.
Oh god. Swear to fuck. If we get caught up and Katie's like, you know there's an easier way to skip through
Yeah.
these things.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna cry.
I was kidnapped on. Clover and I were taken 3 days. Yeah.
You see.
10 minutes. All if
We're out of time. We need to. Don't care. I need half. That's enough. Shut your.
I can trust
Audio
you.
jungle.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Luke.
Of course.
Fiji.
Yes. We'll just wrap. Let's.
Not nice, they're too anxious and frantic.
He is.
Already.
Indeed.
Then.
Of course.
This is. You've only. Yeah. If. I don't. I'll have. That's okay. And I guess.
You need that. Even though,
Shannon liked
moreover,
that.
to betray.
Yeah. Even if.
Yeah.
Of course.
But keep
Well,
it
yes.
urgently. Shannon, when kill dice appear.
You're something seems like
That's a Blood Bowl joke.
once you sins. And why is that?
Oh, finger hurty, thumb dead.
Well,
Huh?
that's just I'm at. Are you
What? There's. In your.
So you're gonna.
You.
Grammar.
Click,
We
click, click, click. Is there two different types of clicks?
All right, I guess I'll.
Or is it just like click, 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 click,
3
click, click,
minutes.
click, click?
I'm
Guys, every time I push the A button, that's 1 bit. You guys have to donate. Seduce me, woman, do it.
Hey, Sigma. I wanted to ask.
Opera?
Could you? I mean, but you're. So I thought. If. Yeah. And. If you. Are you the only. Then. But you don't need. Even. I mean. And I can't. Believe. Will you?
20.
If you.
3, 2, 1.
We ally, don't we? I think we ally. Oh shit, I'm rich. Oh, I'm fucking coming.
Round results. And
This is how people had to progress through the first game in order to find other endings. There was no skip in the original DS version. They just had to skip through like this and then solve the puzzles every time. And if you took a wrong route, shit out of luck, do it again. Say no to seducing people? Well. Not with this game, with the first, yeah, in the original first game. Also, fucking Apple. Take that, Walter.
Looks like you managed to trust me. Like it's no need.
That an app? Oh.
You tried to kill me, can't say.
You know, I knew you'd wait.
In the
Is that what?
Alice? No.
Yes, when the
She
indeed.
Without
Correct. There was,
Yeah.
Indeed.
you to me. What?
If you're being mocked
Where did...
while we were in the A, perhaps.
Oh.
the ambidex gate. There is the
Look at this multitasking god we have here.
That means if I.
Hey,
The 3
He
Ks
was
were
right this time. Amber requested
very-
her joke,
yeah, there was.
and I responded with
Yeah, me
no.
too.
Huh? Wait, you.
Yeah, there's no Alice, but it's right.
All right, got plenty.
I'm gonna...
Of course, I'll come with.
Close your mouth, woman.
Yeah.
You want? Well,
So I guess everybody leaving here is
no,
supposed
I
to
hope
be
to
like, oh,
investigate
they all
further.
left.
okay.
They
See
could
ya.
have all killed Alice. But really, it's just a red
Nice
herring.
that eclipse.
Forget, got nothing. Why should I want the rest of what the hell are you talking? I don't know. Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately. You really should. Maybe I'll just think about all. What if what I have to tell you make you should? Being honest, are you?
Good, there you are. Alice is. Look, she's in.
Big poop dead. Dead poop. Brandon's playing Pavlov VR. Boobies. Big old pixelated spheres.
Say please, we don't want you.
You know-
Then who?
Clover.
Wait a some.
No.
Don't. There's if she. Hey, don't you?
Peak dialogue
Help,
going
stop.
on here.
Oh, I get your. It was no.
Clover.
Fine. Show proved, or I'm your all 9. Close 6. Close 3.
This is the real speed. This is true dialogue.
What are you doing?
No, we do. Okay, so we don't need the book, it seems.
No. All right. Yeah, I got it. Yes. You're
We
lying.
didn't get the book. Right? Oh, I guess we did do Dio's route. Okay. Thank fuck. I guess maybe I saved after doing Dio's route.
This is all. Then why? But you just then prove your 10.
Ah.
Sure. Yeah, the
Jesus
transfer.
Christ.
Huh?
My god, yeah.
Yeah, how did you No. You just... Right, give me a moment.
I'm starting to understand why. I'm starting to understand now why it's 5 hours.
Oh, let there...
This is the Dark Souls of visual novels.
It's almost time. Sorry. Fine.
So,
Just now.
What?
I miss.
You are part. That means.
I guess so. Come on now. Alice, you'll never leave. You're right. Alice, I mean.
Man,
sorry,
remember being back here?
I'll.
Not a single one of us, except maybe Katie, thought Tenmyoji was Junpei from another timeline.
alright, move, people.
You guys will catch up.
How different we are now.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Yup. And we needed the Dio timeline to get it. To get through this. Luckily we had
Quark,
the Dio
you're-
timeline
Yeah,
somehow.
hey!
Oh, God.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Nothing. I'm fine.
But...
So,
Really?
no, if you...
Huh?
I should never...
Are you... So, Mr. Okay, I mean...
Right.
So...
You better have that,
Oh, that's
that
not-
safe combination ready,
We
Shannon.
need to... How do we get...
Okay.
Listen, there's a lot of factors that are going towards Tenmyoji being Junpei. But where does Quark fit into that? Because Quark calls him Grandpa. So how's Quark his grandson?
Chromatic doors have opened. 5.
You're late. What the hell have you...
You're awake.
And fully
I am up.
Me too.
Wait, what are you talking? Huh?
We need to.
But there.
All of the. I believe it doesn't.
The more take.
Why that?
You want to kill shot, you aim for the. You're more likely.
That
They all
logic is
time
flawed
traveled.
and more than slightly
well.
disturbing.
I like Cutie's explanation better.
I mean,
The door. Any
Don't say it's a slight
All right,
translation with such certainty.
Hurry it up. This thing's gonna.
I know.
They're being weird tonight.
It's time.
right. Sure.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic door.
All right, Shannon. Auto skip do go burr.
Probably.
It's.
Maybe. Or maybe.
We should. If this really.
You guys smell? You stink of the outside world. And I hate it. Just give me the number and the symbol. Does anyone remember it? It was like bop, 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 or something like that. Oh, I was totally wrong. Top right moon, right under its star. To the left, sun. Good job. Good job, big tits. I'm not gonna call you big tits. Gave it a shot, didn't work out, we move on. Also, I was gonna say, this wouldn't happen. This shouldn't have happened because we solved the puzzle. I guess it just has to happen anyway for some reason. Snow breeze over what? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, Sam's here. There he is. He's being a dog. Up somewhere down there. There she is. You see her tail going. It's not smacking the crisp bag. No, she's gone. Oops. Oh, did I not? What? God damn it. Did I not grab the thing? Dogs will not distract me. I don't know what you're telling me. You didn't grab the shit. Oh, look at this stuff. What? I want to look at this stuff in the safe, but I don't think Quark's gonna let me. Might as well go with him, I guess. What else is in here? Was there something in... It's gonna make us do the puzzle? I feel like there's something else that we need to do. Was there something important in the safe that we found? Or was it this? Akane picture. Oh, do I have to look at the Akane picture? Oh, Tenmyoji. You can almost, without the P, you can almost spell Junpei with his name. Now, will he let me do it? I have to put it in every fucking time. We did have to look at the Akane picture. Was it her that murdered the rabbits, or did the rabbits they were taking care of get murdered? Got a problem with me, duck? I don't know how, but she smells the apple. Squish.
No!
Squish your
What's
skull.
wrong?
Just
I
totally
left
killed them
the
rabbits in
picture.
cold blood.
I'm going. You two go.
I want to come.
Nah. Why don't you head? The others are Right.
Bye, Mr.
Cool. That's kind of hot, you know? Being capable of murder. I'm into it. Because then she can murder this dick. Wasn't my best. Wasn't my worst. What's your problem? Then you have to go back to the room and talk to Zero about termites. Yeah. I don't think we have a choice. I think we just will. Never found out who did it, but when Akane was on watch, they never saw any suspicious individuals. Me remember bad.
An ambidex gate for
There. This time you see.
Yeah,
Okay, I remember we got to the
No,
point where we were voting. So it's us versus Quark and Sigma. Not Sigma. Quark and Tenmyoji. What were we
Yeah, what
thinking?
if something...
Then
I
I
don't
shall
know what we were
accompany.
thinking,
Just-
but what was I thinking? I doubt any of you will be able to answer that. I think I remember now because I was like, betray, because that guarantees they don't get 9, so they can't escape. But then, you guys were like, well, you know, the kid and his grandpa escaping, that's not so bad. Like, odds are other people are gonna get enough to escape. And I was like, that's a good point. And then I was like, we go ally, let the kid escape. That sounds good. Oh yeah, rabbits was a big thing with the first Zero, so let's make it an AI avatar. So rabbit as an homage. Probably. Hey, I didn't burst that balloon. Who did that? And I didn't put the helmet on the knight or the deer on the wall. Okay, you guys can listen to this guy's voice now and compare. Man, listening to that guy's voice was like 10 minutes ago.
So, you finally made it. I am Zero.
No consistency.
I was you, and as you can, I will ask. Now, there are, but as I have chosen first, I imagine perfectly the person I
First,
see. So
I imagine.
have you ever seen? They are
Termites.
splendid structures. Termites, so no. Each term it is done, but we can in other. Now, why there are we? No doubt. Yeah.
Is that the same voice?
You might only
I
imagine
don't hear it,
we may
but I
build
don't.
whatever it is. If we are and your
Well, he's got an eye open, so he can't be Snake. That could be Snake. But he has his eye open, and why would he have a monocle on the other one? If he's blind. Monocle used loosely.
That is the before you can. If you, I hope we would.
God damn it. What do you mean, oh my god?
10 more if.
Grandpa!
Yes!
Look!
Took you long.
Why would a blind man wear a monocle?
In the AB.
And have his other eye open? The last game he had his eyes closed the entire
That's
time.
it.
Why would they keep the arm
Cork and I
thing
both have
consistent,
8
but the
we're
eye
already
thing
on the
not?
homes, so what? Well, if you do
Yeah, I think we're choosing
so
Ally.
that being, and if we,
But that.
of course,
Oh man.
I can get, I will swear we aren't getting,
I broke.
but I make him trust me.
Please! You've got.
We're so close. Home stretch.
2.
We're counting on you.
Still
You
has eyes.
promised.
Yeah, but it was very, like, in every one of his animations, his eyes were closed. And why would he wear a monocle? Use your brain. We've made it back.
One minute.
Please! You've got it! You pro.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ally. Ally. There we go.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
35 minutes that took. That took half an hour to do this. Just this. God damn.
Results will be displayed
The
in
betrayal
the
will be so
warehouse.
mad. I mean, we'll be on 1. They have
Thank
no
you
reason to
for
betray.
your participation.
Absolutely no reason
Ambidex
other than
gates
to be a
now
cunt.
opening.
Yeah. No. No?
Results from round 3
If I had long hair,
of
I'd
the
do that.
Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Yeah, Dougie makes sound. Dougie wants apple core. Fucking Dio again, trying to kill. What the fuck, guys? Why?
Points have been assigned or subtracted
Dio really wants to
accordingly.
kill Fi.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Why would they? There's no reason.
Cork had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door even if we got 9 points.
Backstabbed and quite possibly bamboozled.
Not what I said.
Quickly.
Of course we're going to leave. Look, see Clover over there?
She's gonna open the number 9 door. I think we said that as well. We were like, you're not going to open it, but somebody else might. And that's what Tenmyoji did. That son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past. Sorry, I read it as well.
God damn it!
Come on, dog.
Clover, are you really going to leave? Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So
So
Sigma,
be everybody.
happy? I kept my promise.
I'll kill you.
Clover opened the door, not me.
You know, Tenmyoji has also kind of been a pervert, which builds into the Junpei thing as well.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that.
Just throwing
He's
that
gotta
out there,
pay
too.
for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose.
Well, they probably
I
saw
know
the-
exactly who
the
Zero
video.
Senior is.
What?
So many things clink.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open
Madness
for
if
9
it's Snake.
seconds.
I know who Light is.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to
Snacky.
move.
Sassy
Right.
Snake.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Quark held something out. Got him. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is
It's
this?
a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
He's a magical time traveler. Pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Sigma, what, kid? Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. Mainly because Robot Hand. Maybe. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Junpei reveal. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
I mean, I guess this isn't the worst timeline. Clover. Surely Clover would. Oh no, because he kept wanting her to trust him.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your
I think we're
participation.
going to read this letter, and this is going to give us a key
As
to
the
another.
game is over,
to a
all
different
doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible.
Hey,
Please enjoy your stay.
Imagine not knowing anything about the game, like the Zero game that's gonna go down, but Zero being like, here, record these voice
Shit.
clips for me.
They're gone.
All we can do
There are
now is
no
hope they bring help
escape.
back.
Indeed.
You're trapped
I
here.
agree.
And going to die. What is this for? There's just a little game I'm gonna play. I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. Oh lord. This is gonna be the Tenmyoji ending. So every ending's gonna give us their fucking backstory. It was a really stormy day when he found me. Ah, fuck. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt. Somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. Wow, he is gonna be Junpei. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. Pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. What a stupid bitch. Can't be Junpei anymore. Junpei 100% would have breastfed. Also, I guess I was pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now, here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. He's lucky I didn't find him, otherwise he'd be called my penis. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. I had to make more penis big jokes, just to level it out. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. Jesus, dude. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I died that day. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. Again, you bastard. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. That looks like Junpei's hand. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. He was really good at pulling out. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. Much like Grandpa when he was pulling out. It's too easy. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. And you can't waste time when you're pulling out. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Like how to pull out. Usually though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. I can hear Sam complaining, but there's no more ride. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. What year is this from? Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found out, he looked all over to try and find somebody who'd take me. Wow, what the fuck, dude? Pretty dick move. Kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she could take me too. Oh, what a nice kid. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mother was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take care of me. Did that mean he didn't want me? Oh god, this is gonna go on for fucking ever. Kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how big his cock was. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a big cock." It had never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. Or my tiny cock. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. And one day he took me to the bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender. Then he picked me up and set me down on the stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Alright, Cork, you don't need to write about this like fuck, dude. Root beer float, root beer float. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass of something else. Alright, how many fucking lines is it going to take to explain a root beer float? As I looked closer, I really realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. Took me a minute to realize what it was. Root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Okay, it took like 5 lines? Pretty much. I was so surprised root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. Just like the king. There it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I wasn't sure if it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. How expensive is root beer? He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. Still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. No, you let... It's been a while since I've had like a ice cream soda or whatever you'd call it. So obviously I've not had a root beer one, but his gruff voice sounded like an angel's. What? Oh wait, that's Cork. Is this really bad? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. It was like this awesome. Ran the size of that kid's cock. I tasted everything like root beer before. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. Creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. Root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. He was dead. Had a heart attack. Or a stroke. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine. Because he's alive now, I guess. But he really was. He was dead. Right then I didn't care whether he'd just found me and adopted me or not. Because he was dead. And it no longer mattered. What the fuck? He bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Yeah, fuck those kids. Wait a minute, that's me. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. I'm kind of scared to read what he said. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. No, please don't fuck my mom. When I was younger, maybe junior high, I roped into watching my 3-month-old nephew while my sister got her hair done. So when... What is... The day was... Oh, goddamn. I can't keep up. Jesus. Yeah, that's Junpei. Chill guy right there. Pretty nice about it. Brought back. He started going through each thing I brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and yelled, "I don't care." Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. Now that's the good setup for a joke. When I was younger, maybe junior high, I got roped into watching my 3-month-old nephew while my sister got her hair done. So there I am. Stop reading, game. There I am, sitting in the waiting area of a hair salon with my niece, and who walks in but Junpei? I was nervous as fuck and just kept looking at him as he read his magazine and waited, but didn't know what to say. Pretty soon, though, my niece started crying, and I'm trying to quiet her down because I didn't want to bother Junpei, but she wouldn't stop. Pretty soon, he gets up and walks over. He started running his head through her hair and asking what was wrong. I replied that she was probably hungry or something, so Junpei put down his magazine, picked up my niece, and lifted his shirt. Breastfed her, right there in the middle of the hair salon. Chill guy, really nice about it. Bought him a root beer float, it was pretty cool. Didn't fuck. I remember this story. The 500 character limit really fucks copy pastas. Where was I in this? I was pretty upset and started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so that he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then, I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. That was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew that I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. Oh, the dogs are stuck in my room again, I think. No, I'm here. I know it was on auto, but I was pretty confident I wasn't going to miss anything important. It was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. What do you mean, oh no? Okay, wait, did I miss him? He just fell or something. He spent all night out in the rain looking for him. Also, the dogs have figured out how to get themselves stuck in my room now. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever god might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. This kid fucking loves root beer floats. He's had one. That's what cocaine does to a man. You'd know, cutie. You sniffer dog. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he might die. Old people, am I right? If he died, then I'd be all alone. Hell yeah, brother. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. I do the drugs. I smoke the cocaine and sniff the marijuana. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa because a week later his fever finally broke. Because he died. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? I don't think this is going to end in the reveal that he's Junpei. My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Also, this is way more than 2 pages. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Yeah, he even knew how to emphasize words. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out in the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. Fucking pussy. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. Pussy baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wild and he said, of course not. He told me that he was looking for a really important lady. And because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. Quark is baby? That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever. Even if he said I couldn't. Do you think... Okay, if Tenmyoji is Junpei, do you think the old lady that was murdered was Akane? Okay, thankfully we can skip it this time. It's the Tenmyoji ending. And Root Beer Veritas? I don't know what that achievement is. Guys, we did it! 2 endings. So we've also unlocked this one. So I say we do these 2, and then we go back over here and do this one. So now we betray the fuckers. So now just Clover's gonna escape.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
They're gonna ally and be all butthurt. Yeah, you right. Oh! Wow, Kay was the only one to ally.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Respect. What's the
Quark had
deal?
nothing to do with it. I entered the vote. Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though.
Ben's starting to come around to
Clover's
betray.
over by the door.
What? Oh no! Alright, Clover, bitch.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh!
So that's everyone except Luna
Clover, wait!
has at some point opened the number 9 door and ditched us. Including ourselves.
I'm going to call the others. I'll get justice for Alice.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Dio leapt at Clover with his fists raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved towards the door.
Goodbye.
Bye! I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. Pretty fucking weird. The last game where we never saw the number 9 door until nearly the end. There were 2, weren't there? Goodbye.
The number 9 door has closed. This
We're dead.
ends as the game is escape. Please enjoy.
Dickhead. What a bitch. What a bitch. Ooh. I don't know what that was. Something came over me there. Okay, and then we're gonna fuck Clover. Hey, whoa. There were 2, but most of the time people would come up to us like, we found the number 9 door, we did it guys, and then 2 minutes later Clover puts an axe in your back. Cool.
Hey, Sigma.
Sigma what, bro? Let's get seduced, guys. Sigma Simp? Sigma Simp, bro?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Simpa. Hey, Alice made it out this time. Sorry, Tenny.
Points
Any
have
Neo
been
juice?
assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
So, that's how it is, huh? Promises are made to be broken, I see.
Sorry, bro. Just couldn't bring myself to trust you.
I could have chosen betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah, after all, you did choose betray in the last round. You did put me in this situation.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP. How do you intend to deal with that?
But to give her, 1 PP? Don't worry, she'd never try and open that.
Really? Then what's that? Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right now.
What?
Oh, the number 9 door.
She opened it.
Shit.
Shit. Clover, what the hell are you doing? That's not
Sorry.
sucking my cock.
Alice gave me an order, though.
Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AB game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I'm giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
0 escape. What about the promise you made me?
Promise?
Pee-pee. Pee-pee suck. You said you'd listen to anything I said.
I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough. Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it? What? Were you thinking of something gross? You're a perv.
Pee-pee suck.
The number 9
Hinder's
door
theme starts playing.
has been opened. It will remain open for
the
9
0 escape?
seconds.
Anyway, I did what I promised, so I'll be heading off now.
Clover!
Zippy-cut?
Clover!
Fucking bitch! You're not
Pablo.
getting out of here!
Oh, Dio's about to do his miss again.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Felicia. She leapt through the number 9 door. It's getting out of hand. Not even creative, it's just the same thing again.
The
Clover
number
escaped in
9
all of those
door
timelines.
has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Also, boy, we have to go
As
through
the
each
game
character
is over,
ending,
all
which is like
doors
10
other
minutes of the
than
character
number
going.
9 door
One day I was
have been
walking down the
unlocked.
road and I saw a dog and
Escape
it looked
is
cute
not
and I
possible.
wanted to pet it, but it was in the
Please
middle of a
enjoy
pee-pee.
your
And I
stay.
was like, that would be kind of weird to pet the dog while it was pee-peeing. So I decided
She's
to walk
gone.
away. But then,
Shit.
as I passed it, it stopped pee-peeing. But I had already walked past it. And so I decided to keep on walking.
Help, huh?
And that was
Let's
the
hope
day I
there's still someone
decided.
who can.
Yes, Junpei is my name. Temioji said nothing, just shuffled off through the yellow door and out of the room. A cold silence descended on the rest of us. It was a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Well, we somehow managed to get the really good ending our first time down that route. God, it's gonna go so fucking far, the true ending. Jesus. Jesus! I love Jesus! I love Jesus! I don't remember what's going on here.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Bless you.
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
Oh.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff. Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Instagram.
Who
I
knows?
think of that one sooner.
Ice cream by the gallon?
No, bitch. Instant gramification? That's it! I've got it! Oh no, what's the Final Fantasy? That's it! I've got it! A new recipe! The IG replicator in the laboratory.
What?
If I told you you had a nice antibody is the achievement I got. Okay. Luna just said fuck. I forgot how to say it.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator.
Accelerator.
Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Because I am Jesus. I am Jesus.
When was
saw it
that?
when I was in the lab. That tickles. Ooh.
Probably when you
That's
were
kinda
looking for
gay.
Alice, right?
No, the deal was wrong. What a stupid bastard. Fucking stupid hat wasn't the only stupid thing about him. Cunt. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. I didn't think. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah. No time to waste.
We all nodded. Sat here reading the text, looking for stupid Hattie. Linda, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Sometimes me and Sigma line up. Who's the next like ending you guys want? Just curious. Obviously I can't aim for it because I have no idea where they are, but whose backstory does everybody want? I want Sigma's. I want to know Sigma's. K? That's a good one. K's? Okay. Yeah, I don't know K's deal. Okay, you know what? Who's in the fucking suit? What if he is just a robot?
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Up your butt. Right here, see?
So this can copy the Excelivir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Fucking pink bitch. Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelivir into the slot on the left side, on the side of the machine. Damn it. I just want to know if Alice is a mummy. I don't think she is. I hope she is, and I want her to be, but I don't think she is. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelivir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Everybody has a robot part. She denied allegations before. Also, Clover said that Alice was just a secret agent.
Have a look.
Did it work?
The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
In this game, did she say that? Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, tending to slip them deftly into my pockets. Did you drop one? Ah,
What happened?
shit. Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah.
What in the hell? What if you'd
Well,
broken
they only
it,
have
you
the two
idiot?
vials. Oh, if it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. But they don't have the vials. Before Tamioji could reply, Fai spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I mean, I guess I was surprised too. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table. Body? We'd smell a body, right?
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
Boomala? What? She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the
Why does
heck
it
is
keep
going on
starting
down there?
dark and then brightening?
Take a look.
Oh, bomb. She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. This would be bomb 2. Yeah. That's less exciting.
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
Is this the one we got
No,
the
not
passcode
any
for?
of us.
How we got the
I was back in
passcode
the
for
infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye
three?
on him.
Oops.
So we shouldn't
Sorry
consider
about
you
that.
a suspect. Is that right?
I want to get one of those hanging mics.
Quark's
I think
off
that'll
the
be
list,
one
too.
of the next upgrades I do.
But
What I want the
Tenmyoji,
desk for.
you have no proof
It
that
was
you
for
spent the
what?
entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tamioji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
He turned in time to see her grab something from under the table. Detonator?
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it
dropped.
here when we examined this room.
Do you think this is like someone got instructions for to plant the bomb?
Unless it
They
was
dropped
left
it
here
accidentally.
intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
Like
What do
they
you
were
think's
planting a
on
bomb
it?
and they dropped this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I guess so.
Reading rainbow. Plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Reading rainbow. Shoo, no dice. We need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't think I see anything here. That line was much longer than I was expecting.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew it, you'd be doing something. In the infirmary.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Who are we even teamed up
All
with in this
players,
scenario?
please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Okay, so this was Alice we were teamed up with. We allied with Alice. She betrayed us. And then we went to the gardens with Luna. Who was the other one we went to the gardens with? Was it Alice again?
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right.
And then Alice again.
We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelavir, then head to the floor air warehouse.
Right.
Left. Up. Down.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Throw it on the floor. Drop it, son. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hands was the injection gun. Thank God we just skipped over that. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. There's two. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude gun. Why'd we not make more? Because there's only 2 vials, Ben. What would we put it into? The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone. We could go back now and make more. Well, I guess we wouldn't.
Are they really going to be all right?
But we didn't have time.
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Accelavir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
Plus, they think those 2 are the only 2 that are infected.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Oh, did she? I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling.
You like that?
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
You're the one that did this, Dio. I'm pretty sure we're teamed up with Luna, so it would mean we're against Alice again. Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
Okay,
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
Hot.
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
BP.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Liar.
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
That'd be a scary situation. Because I'd want to betray to stop them from
Kay,
getting to 9 points.
I know you don't really have
but
any
if they
reason to
allied,
trust
I'd
me,
be at
but...
9 points, which I don't.
I know.
Which I don't want.
You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
She only does that behind closed doors. DOK, Fi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, and Fi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. Okay, we know that Alice is going to ally as well, because she's a solo. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
Exactly. With that settled, we headed into... Oh.
Thirty seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So...
You're saying we should pick an ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know, it's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Is Luna a good person? Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, sorry. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the notary game didn't seem so scary. It seemed kind of hot.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9,
I'll just
8,
close my eyes and tap.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They've done this a lot, though. Ally. We're on 6 points, so if we betrayed, we'd be on 9, and that would be a shitty ending. So let's get the good ending.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
No, thank you, voice in my head.
Now opening.
Lynn and I stepped out of the AB room.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Oh, Jesus. What?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet colors.
Alice unconscious. Who's on minus? Oh, she betrayed us. We were on 1 point. Fuck. Was it possible? I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. I thought we were on 6 points. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. There was a sharp and quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. That's a lot of replies already. First would be the anesthetic, sober. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. Okay, we've read this before.
Sigma! Sigma!
Sigma what?
Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. Was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. What the fuck, Alice? All ice. The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. I read that as did the white baby wavy die. Why? What is she doing there? Had she run in the last moment after Luna and I entered the room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Do you think it's something like Alice is just destined to always choose the opposite of us? Have we ever made the same decision as Alice? I think we have. I don't mean just when it's us v Alice. I'm talking about even in like the situations where we're not against Alice, as she made the same decision as us. Also, Luna got us killed in that situation. Now we're gonna betray her, and the bitch is gonna stay in the infirmary. Exactly. I got a video from Maria's response. Betray? Betray! Lynn and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
She killed me. There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It had almost felt unnecessary, unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my fingers to the betray button against my will. Robot hand. Robot hand. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really?
Do you think it's not a robot
We already
hand?
know
Do you think
what
we
they
have
are.
someone else's hand?
It's just simple math.
Simple physics. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran towards the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
All these bastards gonna betray each other. Wait, oh, because Dio's in there. Never mind. Oh! Well, there goes my theory.
Points have been assigned or subtracted
Ladies and gentlemen,
accordingly.
we got her.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Everybody did betray, yeah. There ain't no updated points. What? Was it possible? I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, look at Alice's vote be betray. That's not possible. C'est incroyable. Impossible. Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? Where did she go? Where did she come from? Cotton Eye Joe. As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seems we were united in our surprise and confusion. She still ratted up, possibly. Alice drew to a stop in front of me, glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it?
You
Coward.
killed me. You killed me. Me, a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray.
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Ted
Yeah,
Mioji
you're
told me.
welcome. I gave you the antivirus, and then
I
you
mean
killed
that from
me.
the bottom of my heart, honestly.
No, you don't.
You should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a
You killed
throbbing
me in order
headache,
to
and I
protect
can barely
2
stand.
points, Alice.
It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew
Result
that.
of her being a mummy.
They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes. Right in the nick of time,
And
too.
you decided either
About
this
10
guy's a
seconds
cunt
before the
or this
deadline, as
guy's
I
gonna
recall.
die.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
Oopsie. And then she kind of does one of these and everybody forgives her. You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You choose betray. You had 6 BP. If I picked ally, you would have had 9. And I would have been dead. That's what you're trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Bitch. Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell me the goddamn
That
truth.
is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone. Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
There's your
I don't
enemies to
wanna be
lovers,
rude,
Shannon.
but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
Turn to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everybody is at each other's throats. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Sam has finally calmed down. Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Kame. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. 50 biddies for Sam. Good job, Sam. There he is.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Well, in that case... Yeah, sorry. See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves.
Make me money.
So I would appreciate it if you could
Good
not
job,
treat
Sam.
me
You
like
just
I'm
earned
the
yourself
only
another
villain
meal.
here.
You
Come on,
tried to kill
let's
me.
go.
You were in a safe place.
I'm coming.
Both of them tried to kill each other to save themselves.
okay?
You had no reason to
really
do it,
worried,
Alice.
You know?
Watch them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You weren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
Well,
Right?
that's naive. My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. What? Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse. Crying cow. I wouldn't refer to tears as pricking my eyes.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet? Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all
I forgot how annoying that rabbit's voice was. She's talking so slow. Yeah, I remember. Let's see here.
I'm a cyan pear. What about you?
I'm a magenta pear.
I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about in a minute until the next set of chromatic doors open. What do we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Physically and emotionally. Alright, Sigma. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB games if nobody trusts anybody else. Oh, Ben, she's a good innocent Christian girl. We'll never be able to get out of
Maybe
here.
it would help if we all had a common goal. Something
Like
to unite
survival?
our hearts and minds.
Yeah, we've already got something like that. Jesus. We all want to get out of here. Oh yeah, I guess. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me. Everybody chose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy? Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the
Nice
bombs, for
quark.
instance.
Come on. After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Excelivir. Yeah, that might work. If we could figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone would work together against them.
Right.
No, I'm saying orgy bad. Kid involved. No orgy.
Well, do you have any clues?
You can record it. Jesus. Kid not involved. You didn't say that. Pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
A purple stick. Memory card. Is that the bomb we find in the lab? I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader. She's gonna be like in the infirmary.
I guess we can't really use it then.
In the infirmary.
Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something. Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one. Yes. I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was still dead. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort and thought better of it. Bitch. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. Right, Sigma. Maybe Jesus is the answer. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb in the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the ladder.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Sorry, Clover? Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right side to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters.
Oh, I'm fucking coming.
That was fast, Ben. Little embarrassing. Well,
6
This
rows,
isn't
22
helpful.
letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of
Fucking
letters,
right in the pussy.
and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything
See,
else on there?
meteor.
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this. Gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up? Too much of a bitch to talk?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side. That's what I did.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the
Do you
bomb?
think Dio's one of the terrorists?
It was set
I think
by one
he's
of the
gonna end
Myrmidons,
up being
wasn't
one of
it?
the terrorists.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I've got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
I don't.
How am I supposed to decode it?
Why do you think that?
I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take
Only
literally hundreds of
terrorists
years
curse.
to decode.
Everybody knows this.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See?
I just have a feeling. Dio seems the terrorist type. Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. And obviously, it's one of the people who's missing from here that's the terrorist. So, Phi. Could be Phi. 40 for the Oh. It's ways off still. I think it's €2 off. Or just under €2. You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. So the terrorist is going to be either K, Dio, or Phi. So what the hell kind of job is this? It could be Phi. It could be any of them, really. I think it's time you told us what you do. Thank you for the 40 biddies, Shannon.
Sorry, but I can't. Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
I can reset the goal if you want to just single-handedly do the whole thing.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
Please don't. I'm not ready. I want the desk before I do the art stream. Also, Shannon, you'll be my chief consultant on this as well, so you're doing this to yourself. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. Pussy. Shannon's a pussy. She won't do it. She was all talk, claiming she could. She can't do it. Pussy. Anti-expert, exactly. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Where Alice? I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Well, you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover? You already know she works with me.
Tasteful art, Shannon.
Then why don't you...
I'm really bad, just so you know.
Why?
You've seen my drawings. It's gonna be so terrible. Could just be 4 hours of shit. KX Junpei? Hey, that might get into spoilers. It's painting. They want me to get paints and like fucking paper and shit. Maybe I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down to the path to where it ended next to the pond. Is this going to be the Alice ending? All 5 of her cheeks. Do booby cheeks count? I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak. Nice heel sound.
You don't hate me?
I do.
I tried to kill you.
Yeah, you did. No, you successfully killed me.
Yes. I was so scared.
These are not
Who wouldn't be?
Okay.
Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you
I
mean?
remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the rat.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could.
Goes to hug us.
It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you.
No,
God help me. Even if it had, I don't think I would have cared.
Thanks.
See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you?
Well,
just
yeah.
do it. Kill me. Get it over with.
No. I'm not you.
You're lying. I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek, then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Froze the shit out of her. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this?
'Cause you're ugly.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Alright, well... Don't get me this erect, like...
Yes.
Shut up, Ben.
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried? If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself, and about the Miradons. Deal?
And tell me how that necklace stays on.
Good. All right, then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. In fairness, we've had a moment in the garden with Luna. And, it didn't end anywhere. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt, but my father was in France. Very weird. And married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. To the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Not Mummy? Maybe Mummy. 10 minutes of dialogue. Yeah, we'll get this ending and then we'll finish there.
Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That's when it happened. Clone of Mummy. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. I was like, whoa, you're not a teacher. Oh, she looks cool. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. Lotus? My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went, with no sign of him, what? I began to realize something terrible had happened. Oh, even I began. Okay. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Nice butt. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. Not Lotus. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in the country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and every line on her face, I could see exhaustion, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student, and my controller's disconnected. I did especially well in math. I earned a full ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that I might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Officers of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Mermen, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Mermen. The Mermen apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Mermen is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. Left. The Mermen are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. Sigma equals cum arm. Whoa. Maybe. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. I could do that. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumor says he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Fortunately, his mind seemed to be as sharp as ever. Free the nips! At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Mermen had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Look at these guys. Do you think we're Left? We gotta be one of the leaders, probably. Maybe Dio is. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. Possibly. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine problems and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when his SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That's what I meant to say. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were mermen. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. Yeah, I kind of messed that one up, sorry. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the mermen. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. What? There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. What do you mean the other 4? Did Snake not make it out? Because it should be Junpei, Clover, Lotus, Junpei, Lotus, Clover, Snake, and 7. Snake made it out, so surely there should be 5 in the car. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. Oh, some retconning here. Maybe she didn't count Clover, maybe. Pretty sure they were all in the car though, so Ace was a cult member. So why had they kidnapped? Why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been a part of some experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the Junpei field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Wait, was that anything important? To be honest, the SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by members of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother might have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tape about the Mermen crossed my disc. This time it claimed that the Mermen intended to launch a large-scale biological terror. My boss decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiments, we knew she had the ability to access the Havana field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent out on her first mission. She died immediately. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of Merman cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. Radical Merman. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what was keeping me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was a fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only as an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in a basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my... It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. She definitely sang like a bird if everyone left. As in ratted on them? He was covered in a dark, ugly bruise. Snitched. Okay. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Jesus Christ. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a merman in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. Yeah, I don't think they really had any information to get off of them. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. Not enough explosions. I like how you think. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. You got her in that situation, though. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arms were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. Bye. Don't text me later, unless, woo-woo. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. This is another I don't care. I don't care, Alice. I don't care about your dad or how he cared about you, okay? Clones. Explain clones. They were the first tears I'd said since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the Also, didn't Clover say in her story that Snake made a cult? Like he had kind of a culty following? Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. Yeah, she also tried to kill us. They destroyed my family. No, they killed your dad and you left your mom. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. For his music. Yeah, but you know, music can make you want to clone shit. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. ... It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Mermen. Music make you lose control. He had loyal followers because of his music ability, and they were a little weird, I think. That sounds like Clover being like, yeah, he had a cult. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information. We did our research and we planned. Finally, we were ready. I held back there. I wanted to add like we were horny when we got our dicks out, but I didn't. I resisted. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Merman stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. It wasn't easy. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up. Damn it.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bomb, and based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon. So it's D, OK, or
yes.
Phi. But Phi keeps... Whoops. Okay, I just... that was an accident.
What do you propose we do?
But Phi keeps pointing out the bombs. So that kind of makes me trust her a bit more. As much as I do, I would expect it to be like her.
Well, if I could
what a
decrypt that
twist.
code, it might tell us something, but...
She keeps pointing them out, so why wouldn't she just not point it out?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
That was an accident,
A key
Shannon.
is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code.
I went
Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers
and
as
I
a
wanted
key.
to talk about Phi, so... She always finds them, though, like, every time. Why would she point it out, though? I guess maybe if she wanted to live? What was the last thing said there? That's right, that wasn't an ending. That wasn't the Alice ending. Oh, what is that? Click! Okay, that one got me. Not Alice ending, yeah. God damn. So I guess next time we're teaming up with Luna? Yeah, that one hurt. How dare you? I just want to see. Yeah, we're teaming up with Luna. And that's where we'll leave it. Gotta go all the way back. Yup. And that's next week. So, tune in tomorrow. Oh, a lot of the things missed. Start picking them locks. Well, surely by the time we get to the bottom of these three, we should have the keys for all the other ones. So then we start actually getting to the end. I hope. Let's see. Stream tomorrow. Dead Space. Finishing that. If we finish early, maybe we'll start Paradise Killer. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm assuming the keys for some are behind other locks. Speedrun, woo. Oh yeah, speedrun Dead Space. Yeah, we'll finally be hitting the world record. There's no one. Jetpack Paul's playing a pretty cool game, but he's at the end of it, so I don't want to spoil that. Oh, that gets us close. Thanks for the 100 biddies. No message. I don't know if most of yous were there, but we should be near the end. Yeah, we really pushed it. We went like an extra hour or two last week because we thought there was 15 chapters, but it turns out there's what is there? There's 18, 17 or something. 19. There was a lot more than 15 anyway. Because we were like, we're near the end. We're chapter 15. We may as well finish it. And then we got to a point where it was chapter 16. And I went, what? No, I think we're starting 16. Because we hit 16 and we went, nah, this is wrong. Or maybe we thought it was 16 chapters and we got to 17. I don't know. We got one past what we thought. And that's not on me. It's just on Google. I think I deleted the screenshot of it. No, I didn't.
I looked up how many chapters in Dead Space 3, and it gave me 15 chapters. But then if you read further down, you'll see that it says Dead Space 2 is divided into 15 chapters. Dead Space 3 is 19 chapters. And just doubted Google. I think we hit 16 and just... oh, really? I do not recall. Hate it when they do that. I mean, because I was mid playing the game and streaming, so I just looked at it real quickly, went, yeah, there's 15. Let's go. And I was very wrong. So, here, actually, I know who you guys will like to watch. How do I do it? I do this. It's been a while since I've raided, which is one of the reasons why I want to do it. Yacht raid. He's my favorite streamer, and he's playing Stardew Valley, so you guys will enjoy that. He's Ray Narvaez Jr. He's very funny, hilarious. I'm gonna watch him for a bit and maybe grind some Yakuza, because that needs to continue. But outside of that, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, tune in, have fun, have a good time. Have a good time over by Ray too. Live good lives, people.